Cool. Written by Kite's Life Insurance. Read by Arashi. Shuichi shut the door behind himself and Kokichi, so their now undead classmates couldn't get to them. This really wasn't what Shuichi meant when he wished for anything exciting to happen in his boring life, though it worked really well. A bit too well. He sighed and tried to calm down. Who would have thought that a zombie apocalypse is really possible? Except for Kokichi, of course. Throwing jokes aside, they really needed to figure out what to do next. The banging on the door behind them was gradually stopping, so maybe with a little bit more time, they could leave their current hiding place. Thanking to all the gods, it seemed that the zombies were pretty dumb. From what Shuichi saw, they pretty much reacted to just eye contact and loud sounds. Combined with their slow speed, it wasn't entirely impossible to get away. So, zombies! Kokichi seemed to put all his effort into not smiling excitedly. Shuichi threw him an accusing look. Don't you dare enjoy this! No, I wouldn't. Never. Stop smiling then. I'm not. I promise. Kokichi threw Shuichi his signature smile. Yeah, right, Shuichi said, sounding defeated. What was going to happen now? He had no idea. He just hoped that his friends and family were okay. At least he wasn't completely alone. Although, as he watched Kokichi carefully open the door to the corridor and quickly closing it again with a delighted laugh when a zombie tried to take a bite from his hand, Shuichi thought maybe it would be less life-threatening to be alone right now. So, what are we going to do now? Kokichi looked away from the broomstick he was examining with a professional stare of a seasoned zombie killer and smiled at Shuichi. What? Shuichi sighed again, a bit more aggravated now. What are we going to do now? I mean, where are we going to go? What are we going to eat? Pretty sure the cafeteria is closed for the day. A hint of hysteria was heard in the last sentence. Kokichi tilted his head in confusion, like this wasn't even a topic that crossed his mind till now. It probably didn't. Well, we are going to become cool zombie killers, right? Besides, everything is probably closed. Oh, come on, Oma. This isn't a situation we can survive on just jokes. This isn't a game. We need to be serious. One more confused look. I am completely serious. I mean, what else are you supposed to do in this situation than have a great adventure aiming for a last human camp standing? Kokichi asked, as he threw a ridiculous pose with the broom at the end. Shuichi just managed a blank stare as an answer. So, you agree? Great. We'll need to get our signature weapons. Shuichi wondered if he should scream, cry, jump out of a window, or just silently suffer and hope for the best. After a great consideration, he chose the last option. He could always reconsider later, and maybe treating his life-threatening, world-destroying situation as a big, awesome game isn't the worst coping mechanism in the world. Except you had just one life. No revivals, no saves. Nope, it still sucked. Shuichi watched as Kokichi removed the lower part of the broom, victoriously holding just the stick in his hands now. So, we can use this as a temporary weapon. Do you want it? You could later be the cool spear guy, though there aren't a lot of those in the games. But, you can be the first. I'm good, thanks. Shuichi threw a pained smile at his not-so-friend, but kind of friend. You can have the spear? Ooh, cool. What are you going to get then? Maybe a sword? Then you really will be a Prince Charming. Ah! Prince Saihara should save me from the scary zombies! Shuichi sighed, rolling his eyes, and looked around the room. Having some sort of at least a temporary weapon wasn't such a bad idea. Problem was, there wasn't much of anything in the classroom they hid in. It wasn't even their classroom. But maybe. Shuichi opened the lockers at the back of the room and made a small happy sound when he found what he was looking for. He wasn't sure why Leon, one of his upperclassmen, had several baseball bats hidden across the whole school, as no one believed his reason that he had it for protection. But Shuichi wasn't going to doubt his upperclassmen ever again. "Oh, you're basic. Great!" Kokichi exclaimed. "We're good to go now." "Good to go? What? Where? Kokichi?" But the shorter male was already leaving the room, carefully checking the now, thankfully, empty corridor, trying to look like a secret agent on a mission in the process. It wasn't working out too well for him. "Oh, my dear Atua, Oma, just let's be careful, okay?" Shuichi switched to whispering and nervously tightened his hold on the newly acquired baseball bat. Kokichi nodded at him once again, wearing that bright smile of his. Shuichi would be lying if he said it didn't calm his nerves at least a little, though he was again on high alert right after he realized that he had no idea where Kokichi was going. Damn it all to hell. Kokichi, equipped with the newly created staff, rounded the corner. Shuichi noted the eerie silence as he tried to quietly make sure not to lose the smaller male of his sight. It wasn't an easy job. He quickly ran around the corner and froze in his tracks. There, right before them, was an undead. Judging the clothes the male zombie wore, it was their math teacher while he was still alive. There wasn't any other undead that Shuichi noticed, but it was still a sight chilling all the way down to the bones as he watched his former teacher make a quiet moaning zombie sound and start to excruciatingly slowly walk towards them. "Oma, we need to hurry. Let's get away before any others come here. Hurry!" Shuichi nervously looked behind his shoulder. The slightly older boy looked back at him. "But our classroom is that way." "Oh my Atua, is that where we're heading? Why? We should get out of the school as fast as possible." Shuichi was starting to lose it again. "But our phones are in there." "You forgot yours at home and broke mine." "Ah, right. Sorry." Kokichi smiled at him apologetically. "It's fine. Can we go now?" The zombie was getting closer and closer, and Shuichi wasn't feeling very comfortable arguing and overall staying in the presence of the dead. Undead. Whatever. "But it's alone. We should do some research so we know what kind of enemy we're dealing with." "I don't know, Oma." Shuichi was looking behind them again. "I think we should get away. Maybe we should take the southern exit out of—" "What are you doing? Stop poking him with a fucking stick!" Kokichi jumped out of reach of the zombie and looked guiltily back at Shuichi. "But Shumai, what about the research?" Before he could manage to answer, Shuichi saw something he was afraid of. Right at the end of the corridor, another zombie rounded the corner. And another. The taller boy just grabbed Kokichi's hand, avoided the math teacher, and started to run down the stairs, heading towards the emergency exit in the southern part of the school. If they could make it out of the school, they could try to find at least a partially safer hiding spot. "Whoa, Sayada! Slow down! We should head more carefully." "I really don't want to hear that from you," Shuichi said in an annoyed tone. "Why? What did I do wrong?" he asked, tilting his head. "You poked a zombie with a fucking stick!" "For research, Sayada. Research." Shuichi didn't deem this worthy of an answer. As much as he enjoyed Kokichi's company, there were times when he just wanted to abandon him in the middle of the street, or ritually sacrifice him to Atua with Angie, possibly the zombies. He wasn't very picky. It was at this time that they ran into the gym, where the emergency exit was. Shuichi picked this one, as he knew his exact location and was sure it wouldn't be locked. It happened that, for the safety of the students, some emergency exits were locked. The irony didn't go past Shuichi. One of the 5 zombies present made a strange gurgling sound and raised its hands towards them. Shuichi didn't even think about his next action, as his bat collided with the undead's forehead. "Hell yes, Sayhara! Home run!" Kokichi made a victory dance and patted Shuichi's back. Shuichi was seriously canceling whatever relationship they had after this. The other 4 zombies were fortunately far enough away from them that they could make their escape without having to worry about them further. As they carefully and quickly opened the emergency exit, they were greeted by an empty street. Saihara was praising his luck as he shut the door behind them. They left the safety of the school. Now, they just needed to find a safe place to hide until someone saved them. That shouldn't, hopefully, be that hard, as when they could pretty calmly escape the school full of the infected army, and professionals should not have such a problem with the snail's pace of this street. Shuichi and Kokichi chose to head right, as on the left was the main school entrance, and it was probably packed with zombies. "Hey, Saihara, maybe we could go to that nice leather-wearing guy from the party. He looked like he could handle himself. He was trying to sell us drugs." "Yeah, but he looked really dependable, right?" "How you are still alive is absolutely beyond my understanding." Suddenly, they heard a voice calling them. It came from somewhere above. "Hey guys, right here!" Shuichi and Kokichi raised their heads, noticing a handsome guy, who Shuichi was sure was a kid from their school named Rantaro, waving at them from the window in the 3rd floor. "Are you okay? You guys seem a little stressed." "Yeah, no shit, Sherlock!" Shuichi was suddenly starting to doubt his sanity. "Anyways," Rantaro continued, "do you guys need a hiding place? We hid here with some other people. Don't worry, we got food, booze, and working toilets." Kokichi shot Shuichi a sly smile, and then turned to their savior. "Sure, that sounds great. We were just wondering where we were going to hide from all this, you know?" Rantaro smiled brightly at them. "No need to worry. There's enough space and pizza for a few more people. Just wait a minute. Kibo is going down to open one of the lower windows for you." "Awesome!" Kokichi shot a thumbs up at Rantaro, to which he replied by blowing them a kiss and winking. Shuichi just shook his head. No point in getting baffled by this anymore. Pizza and some beer sounded good about right now. He was not going to worry about the details or the state of sanity of other people. "Hey, Saihara?" Kokichi turned his head to him. Yeah? "So you know, this is gonna sound kinda dumb, but I'm really happy that I'm surviving the zombie apocalypse with you." "Are you trying to confess to me? Now?" "Maybe." This was the first time today that Kokichi seemed a little unsure of himself, and nervous. "Good then." "Good?" The window to their left clicked open. Shuichi threw Kokichi a bright smile. "Yeah, good." Bonus. "Oh, is that my bat? Where was it? I couldn't find this one anywhere." Leon took the bat from Shuichi and put it on the table where another 5 lay. Sayaka dramatically gasped. "Is that why it took us so long to get out of the school? Because you were looking for all of your baseball bats? We could have died!" "Of course we couldn't, Sayaka. That's what the bats were for." Kaito grumbled around a piece of pizza. "It doesn't make any sense. We know the virus is not airborne, and the zombies are slow as fuck, but it still infected the whole school and half the town. The author got lazy. No other explanation for it." "Shut up! Be glad you survived!" the author yelled.